At the beginning of 2025, I had roughly $75,000 to my name. 7 months later, I was dead broke, in debt, and had to return to my 9 to 5 job. So, if I could go back in time and redo that whole scenario with the $75,000, this is exactly what I would do. The first thing is I would set aside like roughly 33-40% of the entire amount that I had made previously from trading, and I would save that for taxes so that way I would have never ended up in debt. Now, assuming that was $20,000, that leaves us $55,000 remaining. What I would have done with this is using this to purchase an investment property. Now, there's the thing called an FHA loan where you can, instead of putting like the 10 to 15% down on purchasing a property, you can then only put down 3.5% because you're a first time home buyer. It allows people to buy homes for a cheaper rate. So you would use this $55,000 to put 3.5% down on a property. However, it's not going to be just a standard single family home. It is going to be a quadplex, meaning it is one structural building that has 4 units. Why? It is because it is so that you can do a thing called house hacking. This is where you purchase a property that has multiple units. You yourself live in one of the units and you rent out the other 3. So that way, whatever your mortgage payment is, you then bring in tenants to live within your property as well at the same time as you are. And then the rent that your tenants pay you then goes to your mortgage payment. So you're essentially living for free. And while you're living for free and you're not paying rent or anything, you can then use this money, save it, stockpile it even more, which can allow you to invest at a higher rate across whether it's more investment properties, the stock market, other endeavors, whatever the case is. So that is exactly what I would have done if I could go back in time, reuse that $75,000, and it is what I plan to do in the future when I accumulate wealth again.